You don't have the answers,
Do
TJ.
you have the answer?
You don't have the answers.
Tony, do you have the
You don't
answer?
have the answers,
You don't
TJ.
have the answer
You
either.
don't have the answer.
Woo! Big up, everybody. Welcome back to TJ Warren TV. Welcome back to another episode of the American Idiot Show. We have a full panel today, which, you know, you know what? I'm just going to start with introducing the most important person. Connor is here, everybody. Connor is here. Don't worry. Don't worry. He has blessed us with his presence today. Obviously, it's good to see everybody's smiling faces, and we got Tony from Early Doors Football TV here representing the Hammers, and then obviously Jez makes his triumphant return to the panel today. How are we doing, guys? We good?
All good, TJ.
All good, man.
All good. Awesome. And then Dal, how are you? How was your Thanksgiving, Dal?
It was fantastic. I had a bunch of turkey, I had a bunch of whiskey, and I had my family over, and it was good vibes all around. So yeah, can't complain.
Good
Excellent.
stuff.
Yeah. And as you guys can see, I am coming to you live from Denver, Colorado, in my parents' basement, as I'm out here visiting my parents. So, but you know, the show must go on, people. So, weird camera angle. You can see the basement behind me, but I tried to put on the background like Jez does, and it just looked bad. It looked terrible.
It's crazy. American basements are like wonderlands compared to like UK basements. Yeah, it's a wonderland compared to UK basements. It's crazy.
No, I could live down here. I'm telling you. I think, and I did when I was 18, but you know, I did move out, and then that was what? That was 18 years ago. That was 18 years ago now.
I thought you were like 20 years old. What's going on here?
Oh yeah, that's so nice. That's so nice of you, Connor. Now, yeah, thank you, Connor. Hold on one second.
Let's not take the piss here.
I certainly wasn't.
Well, I think you are.
Yeah, you 100% are. Anyway, yes, big up everybody. Make sure you smash the like. Make sure that you are subscribing to Early Doors TV, and of course, Arsenal history and more as well. The links are in the description. Let's get down to it. We were talking backstage, and I told Tony, you know, Tony, you're welcome, because I think after tomorrow, Lopetegui will be gone, and we will help you out with that. We will be happy to help you out with that. Yeah, I mean, how are you feeling about West Ham in general this season? Obviously, it's been disappointing. A lot of people at the beginning of the season were saying, you know, West Ham, they're going to take off. They got like Lopetegui. Look who they brought in, this, that, and the other. But it's been underwhelming, to say the least. I mean, but how are you feeling about it?
Well, you know, you have that kind of term, shit show kind of thing. Then you have to go beyond that, and then below that, and then below that, and that just sums it up in a nutshell. Basically, that's how poor we've been. All the expectations during the summer transfer window, great. We're going to be there. We're going to mix it up with everyone, and then we just crash and burn. Yeah, it was great. Good fun to watch.
I mean, so you get rid of Lopetegui, which, you know, I never believed in that one to begin with. I don't think I think everybody was gassing up West Ham. I think I had you guys finished 8th or something like that. But who would you like? Who else would you like? I mean, who do you want to bring in? Is there anybody you have in mind?
Yeah, the one person that stands.
Yeah. On the silver platter, Tony. Right there on the silver platter. You can
Well, I can guarantee you'll see in the chat soon and that one particular Arsenal fan and that, and it'll be Southgate in for, you know, that's what he wants for West Ham.
Oh God.
But yeah, that's not going to happen in a month of Sundays. For me, the one I always like is Thomas Frank. I'd love to have him at West Ham.
Class manager. Very good manager.
I just like what he does at Brentford. I mean, I like the fact that, you know, when you look at his post-match interviews, he talks sense about the game. He integrates with the fans. And that's what you want at the end of the day. He makes them the 12th man on the pitch. Mm-hmm. So when you look at something like that, and you make sure the players understands what the fans all about. There you go. Look, I told you.
Yeah, I knew exactly who.
Less than a minute.
Less than a minute. I knew exactly who it was.
You know. But yeah, I mean, you know, for me, Thomas Frank all day long.
Very good manager.
No, he's a fantastic manager. I mean, the carousel has opened up. People obviously, you saw Ruud van Nistelrooy going down there to Leicester City, which is absolutely. I think that's absolutely crazy. By the way, I mean, he is a winner. He has won trophies in the Eredivisie, but that, not to swerve too much from that. But I thought that was a super quick signing, given the what you had a 4-game run at United undefeated, but again, the level of competition wasn't too bad.
And Frank Lampard's back as well. He's not at Coventry. So
yes,
bit of bad news there. Bit of bad news.
No. You know what? All I have to say about that is free Haji Wright. That's all I have to say about that. Free Haji Wright.
He's gone to Coventry.
Gone to Coventry, yeah.
After they sacked their manager, I don't know how long he was there for before. I think it was like 7 years, something like that, something crazy like that. So
long
time.
8 years. I think it's 7 or 8 years, kind of. Yeah, something like that.
Long time.
Yeah.
So I think they're going to defend
8 years. He was 8 years. He was there. That's right. It was 8 years.
Yeah.
I mean, what you're saying about Van Nistelrooy is you called it a curveball. We called it Sod's Law. That we've got Leicester on Tuesday, and they get Van Nistelrooy.
Oh
dear.
No,
Question.
That's really top lip, Anthony. That's all it is. It's, look.
Anthony's giving it large.
Yeah, he is 100. Yeah, he's 100% giving it large. Well, let's start with the Arsenal fans. We got Jez here joining us again. Jez, how are you feeling about the turnaround Arsenal have been going under the last couple of games? We obviously beaten Sporting 5-0 away, or 5-1 away at home rather, or away in Portugal. How are you feeling, man? I mean, are you overgassing it like half of our fan bases? Or are you being cautiously optimistic, or are you just not believing the hype? What are you thinking?
Yeah, it was a great win. Let's put it right. Great win. One of our biggest wins in Europe in Arsenal's history. Let's put it right. No, I'm not getting gassed up about it. They were very poor. I questioned at the start of the game. Shows us the match I know about the lineup, but hey, fair play. The win was the win, and it was a great result. And I'll take it all day long. I'm a tart. I'll take any win I can get. You know what I'm saying? Nottingham Forest, let's get it right. They were terrible. They were absolutely terrible. So I was very surprised at that. I said to the Yeti, "You were shit today," and he agreed. They were terrible.
He was raging the entire watch along. I watched that watch along. Great show. But yeah, he was raging the entire time.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, they were awful. Tomorrow's going to be. Let's not throw it around, right? Tomorrow's going to be a different agenda, right? West Ham, big shock result up at Newcastle, difficult place to go. They got the result, walked out of there, heads held high, and they're going to be up against us tomorrow. Let's not mess about. I'm predicting a win for Arsenal, but it ain't going to be a 6-0 like last year. Let's put that out there. But I'm looking forward to the game. But yeah, great performance the other night, Tuesday night, whenever it was. Wednesday night, I can't remember now. But yeah, great result, and I'm happy with it, and I'll take it. But Sporting were bloody awful.
Yeah,
awful.
I was surprised. How much they fell off with. I mean, was an Amorim leaving? I wanted to ask Connor. I mean, did you see any difference in how Arteta's approaching these games over the last, since the international break ended? Because it just seems like the fluidity in the final third. I mean, is it just Odegaard being back and being healthy, or did we switch anything up?
I think it is. And listen, I can be Odegaard's biggest critic in my opinion. I do think that we need more than just him. I think there are times where he will be phenomenal for us and he'll be a main core of our team. But there'll be times as well where he does drop off and we can't rely on anyone else because he is our main creator in the midfield, But 100% it's to do with him, in my opinion. Trossard as a 10, as we can all know and see, doesn't work. He isn't a 10 anyway. That's not even his natural position. I think Odegaard just makes... And you look at the comparison of when Trossard is in a 10 next to Saka, and when Odegaard is next to Saka in a 10, it is chalk and cheese. They completely bounce off each other in a completely different way compared to whoever you put in that number 10. Saka and Odegaard have that pairing. They know how to work with each other. It's as simple as that. And you can't forget he's our captain as well. He's one of our main core. I mean, do I think he's a captain? That's another conversation for another day. I don't really think he is a captain, but he is. He's our captain. And, I think he is a main core part of the team. I can't deny that. And it's just... there are times where you can see he does drop off. I hope it's not going to be tomorrow, but there are times where we do see Odegaard drop off. I actually saw a video, Castle Arsenal PR, the players were walking into London Colney, and the guy behind the phone was asking them, if you could play a certain position for a game, where would you play? And they all did their bits, and Odegaard walked past, and Odegaard said centre-back. And do you know why he said centre-back? So I don't have to run as much. So he clearly hates pressing, as we all know, because he sometimes can't even look past when he's pressing. So that kind of said a lot there. But for me personally, the change in our play has, in my opinion, has been Odegaard. I think he does open up a lot more doors for us. And again, he can't. Sometimes he's not always there, but when he is there, you can't doubt he is a massive part of the squad. I just wish he was doing that every game practically. But I think he will be a big part of tomorrow. But I never write off West Ham. You know, West Ham have always been a team where, listen, I think West Ham, I don't know how many times it's been in the last decade. I think we've definitely way past them in terms of the amount of wins we've got. I think we're 20-4 in terms of a win, something crazy like that. So there's a lot of wins, but you can't write off them. No way. That's one thing I will definitely say West Ham, even this season, because there are times, especially, I mean, you look at the times before when we lost them twice, once in the cup and once at home as well. So, you know, there are times where you can't write them off. They could have a day where they could go ahead and strike. You know, you can't take these teams with a pinch of salt. I was even worried against Forest. I thought, that's a little bit rotated. You know, Jorginho midfield, not too sure about this, but we made it work and we got the win. So I'm 50-50 with it. And it is an away game, of course. We saw what we did to them last season. I do think this is a different West Ham. They've not got Ben Johnson at left wing. They've actually got... the defence is a bit still trying to work itself together. I knew when they brought in all these players this summer to make practically a new defence, I knew they would struggle because you can't... This happened with Chelsea. Chelsea brought in all these players and they thought, you know, Todd Bowley thought we spent all this money and now we're going to all of a sudden be great. You know, teams don't work like that. You can't just pick and choose who you want, who have never worked with each other, put them in an 11, you expect them to instantly click. It doesn't work like that. So that's why I think West Ham are struggling a bit. But again, like I said, I'm not going to take them for like nobodies. For all we know, they could get a point off us or they could beat us. I like to think we could be good enough and we're strong enough at the moment in terms of 11-wise to go ahead and beat them. You know, we want to be in this title race. People want this title. But they're not going to be a team I'm going to write off. No way, especially what we've seen in the past.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to, on this channel, I'm going to avoid talking about any sort of title race if I can, just because until we're within like 6 points of Liverpool, I really don't want to hear about it. It's just like, especially when they're playing this Man City team who's on the worst form we've seen them on in probably 6 or 7 years now. Yeah, like it's been absolutely awful. So I'm trying to stay away from that right now. But you know, West Ham, especially around the holidays, seem to be Scrooge for us. If you don't mind me making that joke, that horrible joke. They're fucking. They always Ebenezer Scrooge us, and we get knocked out of a cup or we get beaten at home. Like it happened last year. Seems like when we get around the holidays, we go on vacation early. I hope that isn't the case. I don't think that'll be the case tomorrow, but again, like we have to stay focused and man, I look back on those games and I don't want to dig up too many dead bodies on this one, but I just feel like if we had played Wanyeri a little bit more through the midfield, we wouldn't be spamming crosses in, hoping and hitting, hoping we would be scoring goals in the games where Odegaard was out. Like that's when we have a creative midfielder that can actually move the ball, the fluidity in the final third is incredible. I mean,
and that by the way, Tish, so that guy, Wanyeri, he has no fear. Every time I've seen him on the ball, you never see Wanyeri pass back. He will. He doesn't matter if it'll be Van Dijk ahead of him, whoever, Ruben Diaz, whoever it's going to be. Whoever's ahead of him, he is going straight to them. It doesn't matter who it is, and I love that in a player. And the fact he's only 17 and he's got that much confidence, you know, that only shows good signs in a player. And we need to get. You see, I make comments before about giving youngsters more of a chance in the club. Now, that's not me saying let's go pick someone out of the academy who we've never seen before and whack them into the 11. No way. But I think we've seen enough of Wanyeri now to think that this guy can start a game of Premier League football if we have injuries and not have to revert to let's play this starting 11 player in a different position because he's a starting 11 player. We shouldn't have to do that. We've got these players for a reason. We've got this academy for a reason. I would love to see one. Not saying I wish for an injury on Odegaard, no way. But if there was another injury to him, or we were missing someone in the 10 for a game, or he was red carded, for example, put him in there. Really, or give him more minutes in a game if we have to. If Odegaard, like I say, has those moments where he will not put in any effort in the 90, I would put him on at half time. This kid is driven with confidence. He is ready to play. Clearly an Arsenal boy at heart. He's ready to play. And I think we do need, at some point, give him more opportunities than 5-10 minutes off the bench.
But Connor, he's too young. That's what I was told. That's what I was told by all the people in the Gooner Lounge chat. Is he's too young? How dare you? Don't even dream of playing him against Newcastle. Don't even dream against playing him. Against teams where we need to generate some open field or open play goals. Dal, am I overstating the fact a little bit, or am I?
No, I just think that he just needs to come in at halftime after we're already ahead at West Ham 3-0. So was bringing him in at halftime. But the thing is I was going to ask Jez what he thought about like maybe rotating. Who are we going to rotate up front? You think it's going to be Havertz or Jesus?
Oh, that's a great question.
Jesus, and then it was Havertz and Champions League, and now are we going back to Jesus? I'm just curious if you guys think that having Jesus up front will provide us more mobility against that terrible West Ham defense that leaks goals like my sink upstairs. But the thing is that
Tony's just getting crashed on here. I love it.
I was just wondering if Dale was on about his, the sink in the basement or the one, in the kitchen. I don't know.
It's in the outhouse.
Just checking out the one first.
It's in the guest house in the back. Yeah, next to the marble tile leading out to it. No, just jokes. But hey, I don't see. I think we go ahead. I hope we get that big lead and then give this kid more time. I'm not going to say start him over Odegaard, but I think this is one of the games where if we can get a good handle on the match, give the kid more extra time. But I think that really depends on maybe who's playing up front, because I don't want to see Havertz up there. I think it slows everything down, and that's why I want to know from like you guys if you think we should.
I want to know. I want to hear
Havertz out, put Jesus back in.
I want to hear from Jez on this one because I pissed a lot of people off with my opinion on it. Go ahead, Jez. What do you think? Would you start Jesus or Havertz?
Havertz.
Okay.
Jesus, sorry mate, your time's done. It's just a waste of space.
Would you say we look more fluid though with Jesus up front?
What, mate? Sorry.
Would we look more fluid with Jesus up front?
Do we look more fluid? Well, maybe, but he don't score.
Yeah.
At least Havertz gets the odd poacher goal. As he did.
This is true.
Jesus, mate, all he does is get the ball, runs it out of play, falls over, looking for the cheap shot, free kick, penalty, whatever. Useless, waste of time. Let him go in January. Sorry, mate, ain't good enough.
Yeah.
I say play Havertz myself. Yeah, play Havertz.
I just don't. I saw something in when Jesus was coming on. I just thought maybe it's just because we had seen so like the games before, right before the international break. We just looked so dead up front. Dead up front.
Jesus hasn't scored a league goal for a year.
Yeah. No, I understand that, but I was more referring to the link up play that he was bringing. We were moving the ball in the final third better than we have all season against Nottingham Forest. And you could say, yeah, Nottingham Forest, they were awful, but I don't think that should discount how well the front three and Odegaard played behind him. Like I was massively impressed by what we saw with Jesus, and honestly, I'm gonna be real with you. I don't think Havertz is near as good as providing that link up play as Jesus is. Does Jesus finish the ball? Absolutely not. We know he's garbage. We know he's garbage as a 9. He's not going to be a finisher. He's a false 9 who links up the play and hopefully can get the ball out to the wing or provide space for Odegaard so he can get a shot. Like that's what I see him doing better than Havertz ever has. Havertz, yes, can score the odd goal, but I mean, let's be real. The last couple of goals that he scored that weren't against Bolton were tap-ins or headers. Like that's where
But
I
then he's in the right
disagree
place at the right
slightly.
time, though, TJ. If that's the case, he is in the right place at the right time, which is a
Yes.
striker's instinct. You know, I agree with Jez. I mean, Jesus and that, it's all right for all the doggy work and putting himself around or throwing himself to the ground like he sometimes does, but you want a bit more from that.
Yeah.
So
No,
putting
I
himself
hear
around,
what you guys are
want
saying.
him to do
100%.
more, and the man's just collecting a wage.
Yeah. No, I agree with you at that point.
I think
Go
that
ahead.
when we have
Go ahead.
Havertz up front, we rely a little too, at least while Odegaard was injured, with Havertz up front, I think the link-up play and the overall passing was just slower, and that we were relying on Havertz to hold up the ball too much and not be that open, mobile striker. So when we came to Forest, which they were obviously not good, but I do agree that we had a little more of a spark with Jesus up there as well. I agree with Jazz too. He hasn't scored any goals, so what's he really even on the pitch for anyway, playing that position? It's one thing if he comes on the 89th minute for Saka on the right wing. That seems to make more sense. But I don't know. I kind of agree with TJ on this one. I think the Havertz, it just slows it down. And I think we become a little too one-dimensional with him in the side. And not that I'm thinking Jesus is the solution, right? But I'm curious who he's going to play, because I think he may be, maybe he's on track of playing Havertz in the Champions League games and playing Jesus in the Prem, or maybe he's just going to switch them in and out. I don't know. But at this point,
I wouldn't be surprised. Here's the thing: I wouldn't be surprised to see Jesus start either against United or against West Ham. I think more likely it'll be West Ham if he does start.
And have Havertz for United, that would make sense.
And have Havertz for United, yeah. But that's just my prediction. But again, I hear what Jez is saying though. Like what Havertz does provide in the middle is height as well, height and size. Like and there's a lot to be said about that as well. Jesus has none of that. So while I think Jesus is better on the ball and getting the ball around, Havertz does have more of that striker instinct.
Yeah.
But again, I'm going to say this. It's kind of a window dressing conversation, because we're talking about whether we would like Havertz or Jesus to start, and it's 2024.
We signed 3 keepers and 2 windows.
It's 2024 and we still don't have a striker. But anyway, we move.
I've just seen Budgie's just put in there that Flynn Downs has just brought Southampton level with Brighton, so it's now 1-1.
And they're 10 men down as well. They just managed to get a goal back.
Yeah.
Who's 10 men down? Southampton.
Yeah.
Oh jeez, man.
Because if Brighton won this game, Brighton would have gone second tonight if they win this game.
What, really?
And that's another team, by the way, Tony, who's just got a new manager in their first season, and they're already in the title race. But Arteta's the man. Arteta's the man. So
5-year anniversary. Long may it continue.
And Slot's come in straight away and got the title.
It's been 5 years. It's almost 5 years to the day, isn't it?
Yep. I actually watched Lee's stream of him.
I was gonna say, is Lee losing his mind?
Getting sacked. Yeah, I thought it's hilarious, man. But here we are. 5 years later.
Here we are 5 years later.
One FA Cup. Come on.
One FA Cup, and a community and 2 community shields that people are that Top Gooners are counting. But we'll again, we won't get into that. But yeah, I mean, look, at the end of the day, we just got to keep winning where we can keep winning. In my opinion, like West Ham, we need to win. United, I expect us to win as well. I know Amorim is starting to get there. I think this is going to be the last. Like, we can talk about both United games, to be honest with you, because like we're not going to have another American Idiots before that happens. So when we go up against Man United, are we expecting the Amorim effect to kick in right when we decide to play United? I don't think so.
No, I think so.
I don't think any manager can save that squad, to be honest. I think it's just such a hodgepodge and patched together squad at this point. I mean, you draw Ipswich and you can barely beat Bodo Glimt. I mean, come on. I was laughing the whole time. I put in Flawless's chat 2-1 Bodo, and it was 2-1 for parts of that match, right? I mean, I think I'm more fearful of West Ham than I am United. I don't think this manager is going to be able to turn it around. They are not Chelsea, right? This is Mascara with Chelsea. This is Cameroon not having his number one player, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we just played Sporting. They're one-dimensional, completely one-dimensional. Take Gorkarez out of it, what do you get? 5-1. Right? I mean, the fact of that, and that's part of the reason why I don't think United even make top 6. This manager is going to struggle with that squad. I think that squad is that bad.
It is,
Oh,
yeah.
geez.
I agree with that, Dal, because I think Ineos ain't no fools. I think they realise that with that, they I mean, they just said 2-1 Southampton.
Wow.
I think they know
Saints.
there is a major rebuild to go on at Old Trafford,
Right.
and they're going to back this fella. There's no two ways about it. They're going to
For
back him. And I know a lot of people saying, he'd be gone by Christmas. No,
Not
He's
that.
No, he won't.
He's there for the long term, I
Yeah.
mean, the ironic thing is, only signed a small contract though, isn't it? I think it's 2.5 years.
Well, that's smart of
Something like
them.
that. It's nothing crazy.
It's smart of them, but because if you're not getting a glimpse of what your style of football is going to be in a year and a half, like you're give them 2 or 3 transfer windows, and if you're not showing results, obviously it's not going to show results. I mean, he plays a completely different brand of football than you've seen with Eric Ten Hag or OGS or anybody else that they've brought in. I mean, 5 at the back, wing backs, torching the field up and down. Like, it's going to be, the wing play is going to be very, 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 very interesting to watch against United. I think we have more than enough to beat them. Obviously, I think they don't have the player. I don't think they have the players to play an Amarim system. I think they have to build around, the young players, like obviously Kobe Newman, who's been injured, but Ahmad, you got a good player in there. Anthony is supposed to be a good right wing and wing back. I mean, I think they will be good eventually, but I don't think it's going to be this season. I mean, I don't see him. I maybe see him in a conference league spot, maybe. But
What do you think about United, Jez?
yeah, what do you think, Jez?
Not a lot, really. It is what it is.
This is how we're at. I love it.
It's the same old shit, a different day, isn't it? You know what I mean?
True.
Do you think this manager will get a tune out of them at all, or do you think the squad is just overly that bad?
I'm seeing Mason Mount. I'm seeing Mason Mount prop on Twitter. That's all you need to say. That's all you need to hear, in my opinion.
So,
I don't know, man. Really, look, I don't get involved in all that shit. To be truthful, and I'm really not. Oh, mate, I'm really not interested in all that. To be fair. I look. At the end of the day, it is what it is. It goes down a road. It goes down a bloody cul-de-sac, and I'm fed up with it all. To be truthful, you know what I mean? Just get on with it. Yeah. Sorry.
So no, it's fine. So Jez, do you think? I mean, do you think it's just a lock for Liverpool at this point? It's been a while since we've talked. We haven't been able to kind of reassess. Like, do you think it's just a lock for Liverpool at this point, or do you think Man City are going to fight back? I honestly don't think Man City have the personnel to fight back. I think it's going Liverpool this year, to be honest.
I think Liverpool can be very hard to take down. There's no way I'm going to write off Man City.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Agree on that.
They're going for a glitch, and we look. Let's get it right, boys. We saw it years ago with Sir Alex Ferguson. That year that we were 9 points clear, Arsenal cruising, and it was all done and dusted. And then all of a sudden, we hit a bit of a dip. Man United came in, beat us by 2 points. So, yeah, I'm sorry. I'm not writing off Man City just yet, because at the end of the day, they have got a decent squad. Yeah, they're misfiring. It's not going right yet. But they have got a world-class manager. He's no mug. He'll sort it out. He's already said, I'm going to rebuild the team. Now, what that means, I don't know. If he's talking about January, I don't get it. But right now, that man is no fool.
Yep.
And he'll turn it around. We will suddenly see that he will change the shape. He'll change the system. unlike certain other managers that we know that can't do that because he's only plays one-sided football. This guy's a different level. He's a different level, people. You know, he's a proven winner. And right now, he's hurting, he's upset, he's pissed off. And we all know when you've got an animal that's hurt, they're at their worst.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, I'm not going to sit here and say Man City are done and dusted just yet. If you asked me that question come the end of January in the same story, I'd say probably done. Probably done. But Liverpool right now, they're the taskmasters. They're the ones we've got to try and rein back. It's going to be tricky. It's going to be tricky. Looking at their fixtures right now, I'm thinking, it's going to be awkward. It's going to be tough.
Yeah.
I think if Liverpool drop points, it'll just be in draws. I don't see them losing I don't really see them losing in the Premier League unless it's, kind of a fluke.
Well, do you know what's going to be interesting? Actually, they've obviously got Konate now out for a couple of weeks.
Yeah, I saw that. And Connor Bradley too.
Yeah. So, and this is now time for Liverpool fans to really have the chest that they've got and see if they can really hold out what they're saying. And listen, I was very wrong about Slot. I didn't expect him to come in this quickly and get them cooking in the way they did. I expected top four. I expect them to get top four, but I didn't expect them to be in a title race, let alone leading 8-9 points ahead of us. So I expected this time of the season. So I will hold up my hands there and say I was wrong. But I have said one key injury to one key player, and I'll be very interested to see how Liverpool carry on. Because Liverpool's, as we all know, Liverpool, they have done fantastically in terms of trophies with the little amount of signings that they've made in terms of big money. Liverpool aren't the team to really be going out and spending 200, 300 million every window. I mean, look at the window they just had. They brought in Chiesa, and that was it. And he's not even played. And they're
I don't think they were ever gonna spend until they understood what Scott was gonna bring.
Listen, don't get me wrong. They spent money when Klopp first got there. But it was smart signings. Van Dijk came from Southampton, Sadio Mane, Southampton as well. Salah came in as well. From Roma. Smart signings. It wasn't like nowadays where you got to pay 100 million for a player. So they were smart signings. But now you look at the depth; it's not fantastic. They do have Joe Gomez, who can play at centre back. Is he better than Konate? By no means at all. But he's an all right defender. But it's going to be interesting to see how they fare without him. Because, everyone I see a lot of Liverpool fans talking about, everyone's so bothered about us at the other side. I'm saying, well, you're top of the league. I've got a lot of Liverpool mates are really bothered that everyone's talking about them. Well, I'm like, well, of course we're going to talk about you. You're top of the league. And if Liverpool fans are so big, high-chested like they are and saying this, that, let's see how you fare about your centre-back for 6 weeks. And then let's see how you do then. So this could be a very crucial 6 weeks. Whoever they're facing, I don't know who they've got coming up after Man City. But whoever they've got coming up, maybe they could do a job. Maybe they could somehow slip past them. Because Konate, in my opinion, is top 3, top 5 centre-backs in the league easily. Easily.
He's very good.
He is superb. And I will happily put my hands up and say, even though I hate saying it, I think he's better than Saliba. Very close, but I think he is better than Saliba. I rate Konate very highly. I put Gabriel a bit higher than Konate, can't lie, but that's just my opinion. But yeah, taking that person out your squad, I'm now going to be interested to see how they fare, especially if they get another massive injury like that. It's going to be.
I have to. Yeah, I mean, I have to run an agenda against Liverpool. I'm not going to lie because there were so many. There were so many times last year when we were at the top of the league, and the year before where we were at the top of the league, and they were asking us to talk trash and talk with chest, and now they're not doing it, even though they're 9 points clear. So I'm with Dal. I don't see them dropping off significantly at all. Despite the injuries, I think Slot, his management style fits right in with the players that he has. I think that midfield hasn't dropped off once. If anything, I think it's improved under him as opposed to Slot. So I mean, and then you got Mo Salah, who's in a contract year, playing out of his absolute mind. I mean, if you're gonna talk about a player, if you're voting for player of the season right now, you're saying Mo Salah every day that ends in Y. Like, the guy has been absolutely incredible. So it's
See, I don't know, Jez. You may not have seen it. 'Cause it was on social media. Sorry, TJ.
go, man, go.
There's a show on Sky that they now do. It's called The Overlap. It's like a big thing where they get a load of fans on. It's like what we do here on YouTube, but it's on Sky. And they had all these different fans, social media stars in a room, and they were talking about Mo Salah. If you put him in a Premier League best 11, he will now be in the right wing position. And I know who she is. She's on AFTV, and big up, respects to her, right? I've not got any problem with that. But they had an argument, and someone put out her name's Stumpeg. That's her name on social media.
Yeah. Stumpeg.
She put out the statement saying Salah's the best right wing. He goes into the best right wingers of all time in the Premier League, and they were talking about David Beckham and so. And you get this Arsenal fan, and she's not the only one. I've seen so many guys on Twitter and people saying the same thing, and they said Bukayo Saka over Mohamed Salah and David Beckham. And I've seen so many people online as well. And listen, I love Saka. Saka is my favourite player at Arsenal. I love Saka. And I've had words of Arsenal fans, and I've had shit on Twitter as well for saying the same thing. Why are we acting like Saka is better than Mohamed Salah? Because this has been a conversation for some reason all of a sudden. Why is this now a thing? And now I've seen Arsenal fans on Twitter going ahead and saying, don't take Twitter seriously, by the way, but saying that he rivals up to Beckham, he rivals up to Salah. What's going on here? Like, what is actually going on here? I don't know why all of a sudden.
It's the gift that keeps on giving, Connor. Yeah, that's what Arsenal do.
You know what? That's the one thing I say, actually, Tony. You know, because obviously it's a blessing and a curse because we've obviously got all of us as well. But we do have a massive following on social media because of AFTV. AFTV started this. What we're doing right now, we can't deny, is because of AFTV. It all started from AFTV. And AFTV have probably the most, the United Stand, the most viewed opinion on social media. So everyone sees Arsenal opinions everywhere. And as soon as someone comes out with a bit of crap, we get absolutely thunderstruck for it. And that is the curse part, Tony. We get absolutely ridiculed. So big up to Charlene, because it was Charlene. But can we slow down with this whole Saka thing and the fact that he's better than Salah, he's better than Beckham? Let's just wind it down. And I've seen people as well. I don't know who I talked to on Twitter. I can't remember his name.
Robert Perez.
It's it's not even Robert Perez. It's just like the fact of, and it happens with everyone. We've done this thing with Martinelli a couple of years ago. That Martinelli was now all of a sudden one of the best wingers in the league. It's not like Martinelli, but let's not get confused that he is not one of the best of all time.
They're thinking of speed over talent, Connor. They think because a player's fast and has a few tricks in their toolbox, that makes him this world class player. Bro.
It just blows my mind how some people can think they can rate people higher than others. I'm just like, but there's no logistics there. I just don't get it. I don't get it.
Yeah, well, it's what guys like Jez and Lee and all these people have been fighting, and I don't want to hear from Jez, but I mean, that's what the real ones like them have been fighting for years and years and years, because there's this delusion that goes through, just mindlessly backing players on this team that haven't won any trophies. Like, at the end of the day, you're talking about David Beckham, you're talking about Robert Perez, you're talking about you're talking about Mo Salah. What do they all have in common? They've won silverware, and a lot of it. What has Bukayo Saka won? An FA Cup where he barely even participated, and that's it. Like, don't get me wrong, I love it. Again, I'm with you. I love Bukayo Saka, but I would never enter him. I would never enter him into that.
Anyone has the right to pick up Saka in an argument, because Saka is easily, in my opinion, one of our best players. But to put him in I'd say put him in a conversation with. I can't, because I'll get shit if I compare them with different players. But the point I'm trying to make is putting players in conversations with people who have won Champions Leagues, Premier League titles, multiple trophies. It just doesn't make sense to me.
It makes us look delusional.
And I think that's when Arsenal fans really let us down as a fan base. Because I felt come on. We're now mean because of that, by the way. We're now mean.
I think the problem you got there, Connor, is you've got a fan base now that is so, well, not all, but a lot of young Arsenal fans, right, are led by certain YouTubers. Doesn't mean it's AFTV, but others as well, right? Because they're influenced by them because they've never seen a real how Arsenal really are. And the problem we've got now, is that it's got to the point where the fan base is not the fan base it once was, because all we are now is a brand. We're not a football club. It's a brand.
Mm.
Yeah, I mean, I was up in North London last week for a birthday party of a guy I used to go to football with, and he was he was one of the top boys in the firm, and I was chatting to him about it, and I said, what do you see now in the fan base? And he said it's not what it was, because at the end of the day, these aren't real Arsenal fans anymore. Because years ago, you didn't have people coming from abroad. You didn't have people coming in from Norfolk, Essex, these Hertfordshire. Yeah, it was a close-knit community. It's a bit no different to West Ham, right? West Ham, back in the day, they were from the East End of London, right? And it was a close-knit community. And that's how it was. It was no different to Arsenal, how it was. It was no different to how Tottenham was. No different to parts of Manchester. We had Man United, Man City, right? And it was always the piss take in the 90s with Man United. That's how it all started. Oh, how many coaches are leaving Surrey today to go and support Man United? That's how it was. Because they weren't proper Man United. Mate, make you laugh. My local pub, right? There's loads of different clubs. There's a lot of the guys I drink are West Ham, proper West Ham, used to go in the day and were born and bred. And there's other guys there that there's two or three in Liverpool. Never been to Anfield in their life. Never been there, right? But they make themselves out to be big Liverpool fans. Yeah. And there's a whole bunch of Man United. Right, and these guys, they're nice guys. They're nothing wrong with them. And I've said to loads of them, when was the last time you went to Old Trafford? 4 of them out of probably 8, 4 out of the 8 have never been to Old Trafford. I said, well, why do you support Man United? Oh, because back, they are younger than me. And back, Sir Alex Ferguson. I said, but you've never been to Old Trafford? No. I said, well, don't you think as a Man United fan you might want to make the effort? No, I can watch it on TV. There you go. So, not interested to go into their home grounds, right, and seeing their team actually at their home grounds.
And I'd murder to go to the Emirates, and I think I'm going to spend the summer money instead of going and see him in the preseason. I'm just going to come over next season. No, but I'm with you. I'm with you 100%, Jez. And I also thought about this as well. And this is kind of a side. We're talking about the Americanization, I think, or the globalization of football. I have a question for you guys, and it's a little bit off topic, but I want to ask it anyway, and then we can get into our final thoughts before we get into to predictions here. Do you guys think that the influence of American owners or foreign ownership, foreign to England, are changing the view or the branding of these teams? Like for instance, like Connor and Jez, you're both wearing a kit with the badge on it, right?
Yes, sir.
I think that's going away. I think it's just going to be the cannon. I think that they are going to get rid. You saw it happen with Tottenham Hotspur. They got rid of the lettering. They're getting rid. They're slowly phasing out these badges and these shields. And you saw with Arsenal, like when was the last time? Has there ever been a season where the full badge wasn't on an Arsenal kit, whether it was the old one or the new one?
Yeah, it's true.
Well,
You know what I mean? Like that's I hate it. Don't get me wrong. I don't like it. I think there's something. I think it has a lot to do with the pageantry and the history of the game. But like Jez, I wanted to get your thoughts on it. I mean, honestly, I see this happening. You know, you see it with Manchester. I think it kicked off with Manchester City. You have Aston Villa kind of doing the same thing. You have Man United getting rid of the shields off of theirs as well. I mean, what do you think about it? Is that just part of the overall shift that we're seeing?
I totally agree with you. And there was a time in history in the 70s when you just had a cannon on the Arsenal shirt, whether it was the black, the red and white shirt, or it was the yellow and blue.
Yeah.
But that was when the cannon faced the other way. I don't understand why they changed the cannon to go the other way, this way, what we're looking at now, right? And Arsenal sold their souls, right, when they got rid of that crest that sat right behind me. Look at the way that cannon's pointing. That's how it always used to point, right? That cannon, which was above the Arsenal foundry, right, back in the day, that's how the cannon was, where they used to build the barrels and stuff for the howitzers for World War One and before that, and the armament and all that shit, right? That's how it was. Yeah. And all of a sudden, we sold ourselves out. And the reason we sold it out when we got rid of the Latin, three through harmony, was because Arsenal wanted to brand themselves in a market that didn't approve of Latin. Right? And that's what we did. That's what we did. And I'm sorry, I'm maybe you call me an idiot, but if you want to support the club in those countries, then you'll support the club, because who gives a shit what it says on the badge? Because it goes against your religion about Latin, bollocks. And if you don't like it, then don't market it in that country. But no, what the Cronkies did, they wanted maximum revenue. Maximum revenue. And what annoys me, guys, right, is the Arsenal fan base should have shown some bollocks and said, fuck off, that's our badge. We don't want you to change the badge. That's our crest. That crest has been around since 1947, and that's the badge we want. And if you don't like it, Cronkies, you can stick it up there and we'll boycott you. We'll boycott you. But no, they didn't. They went along like a bunch of sheep. Oh, well, because we've got this. We've been promised this and all that. And all you've been promised, people, is lie after lie after lie after lie. Yeah.
Get excited, guys. Get excited.
I haven't got a problem with taking away the shield and the Arsenal. I think it's a shit badge anyway. I've always said it's a shit badge. Well, I don't mind them just having a cannon. I haven't got a problem with that, because that's how it was in the 70s. It was just a cannon. Right. And it had underneath, sometimes you had 3 cannonballs, right? AFC in them.
Yeah.
I ain't got a problem with that.
I thought it was cool.
Not being funny, Jez.
I just think it's being super basic. Go ahead, Tony.
I say you're not being funny when you look at, we was in a similar position when we moved to the London Stadium. We're going to compete with the big boys. We're going to be in Europe. We're going to do this and the other. And then, of course, they changed this badge and they got London underneath it. I'm just waiting, like, you used to go in the offices with the clocks on the wall. I'm looking for the New York. I'm looking for the Paris. I'm looking for the Japan, the China, the branches, This, what they've done with this. to take away the castle in the background, to kind of go simplify it with this, but then put London underneath it. Where we're based? Oh yeah, we're in East London. We know where we are. We don't need to be told exactly on the badge. It's fucking ridiculous.
It
But
is.
to say that, yeah, we're going to move to this new stadium. You're going to be as close as to the pitch like you were at Upton Park, and then you're right in the heavens. Then you're going to be told, you're going to compete with the big boys. Not see it. Yeah, Peckham. Well done, Aaron. Well done. And big up to Aaron as well. Aaron, just what size do you need for you when you lose the game in that? What size do your shirt or do you need, mate? Make sure it fits you nice and tight.
The thing is, Tony, before I shut up, right? This is where, I mean, you've been West Ham all your life as a kid, grown up. All round there, you've been there, seen it, done it, right? Yeah. This is where the club, your club, Arsenal, and I'm sure at Tottenham now, right? That's where people start to walk away and say, F you guys, had enough of this. You're killing our heritage. And I talk to guys, I still talk to them now. I used to go to games with up until 2016, and they don't go anymore. And they live still round the corner from Highbury, right? And I say, why don't you go anymore? And they're my age, yeah? And they're going, not interested no more. Not interested. The club's dead. The club is dead. Yeah. And all you see is, and I'm sorry I'm going to have to say this, right? All we see is foreigners and tourists. They're not real Arsenal. They're just there for a day out. They'll get a ticket. They'll pay 400 quid on an e-ticket, right? They'll turn up, go to the shop, the armory, spend a bloody fortune, and you never see them again. And I'm not being racist in any shape or form here, guys, right? And my mate, Sheepskin, who I was at his birthday party the other day, he said, most of these people are Asian. They come from Japan, China, Asian countries. They got all the wonga, right? They'll fly over. They'll stay in London for a week. They'll go and spend shed loads of money at Arsenal and then fuck off. You never see them again.
No, I mean, at the end of the day, it's a sightseeing tour for a lot of people, and the Cronkies will not for like me or Dal when we go over there and rip it up and burn London down ourselves. But you will see a lot of tourists out there just out there to see a game and just to say that they did it, not necessarily because they love the club, but
I'm not spending a dime in the Armory, Jazz. I'll take a picture, or you can take my picture in front of it, Jazz. But I'm not spending a dime there. I'll go to Adidas.com.
That's slightly different. Let's put it in context here, right now. Yeah, you two boys are totally different.
Yeah,
that's right.
You watch day in, day out. You get up at silly o'clock over in America, stupid o'clock to watch Arsenal, right? Yeah. And if you're prepared to fly over at a bloody extortionate cost, stay in London at an extortionate cost, pay for a ticket at an extortionate cost, I respect you because you are proper Arsenal. You're proper. I mean, sorry, no bullshit here, right?
I get you.
Right, no, 100%.
Right behind your bloody head there, Dal. Yeah, you got a flag. I ain't got one like that. I ain't got one. So respect you. So I'm not dissing you boys off, right? What I'm saying to you is right now here is that you've got a lot of people that are sold a dream, right? These packages, they're sold packages by Arsenal Football Club. Come over, blah, 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 do this, do that. Yeah. And they're not Arsenal fans because I can tell you, Budgie said to me, right? He's been at the London Stadium, right? And he's had people there, yeah, who are just come to watch a game. They'll buy a ticket just to watch a game. And then okay, here's a case in point. Very true, right? Mate of mine, Man City fan, right? He goes every home and away game, He doesn't live in Manchester anymore. He lives down here. I drink with him, but he goes every home and away game. Dedication. And he showed me a video, right?
Yeah.
On whatever platform it was, and there was these three guys who were from abroad, and they were walking around with straight out of the Man City club shop, right? Scarves, bags full of shit, right? Bags of them, right? Next week, same three guys, yeah, were at Man United doing exactly the same thing.
That's great. Well, that's a very American. Well, not. Oh, I don't know. I know it's not like it's a tourist thing.
North London.
What's all these accounts, man? I'm seeing TJ look like flawless.
They're brilliant. Whoever does it, they're coming on our shows quite often, and when you look at them, I mean, they're actually superb.
This one made me laugh. I'm not gonna lie. This one made me laugh. I'm not gonna lie.
That one there, early Flossie, and that. I mean, when you look at that,
early Flossie.
Yeah, you've also. I mean, for the American guys, I don't know if you've seen Little Britain.
No,
Little Britain. You wait, Connor. You wait until you see the one with me and Hot Fuzz. There's Little Britain.
Oh.
This guy, whoever this guy is, should be locked up.
Yeah, but TJ, that's you in a couple of years' time. Unfortunately, your hairline's going to go like that.
the fade, everything.
They are good though. You can't.
You gotta laugh at it. I think it's hilarious.
Budgie's telling you now. Look.
Best ham always because people know what I'm saying. Oh yeah,
crazy.
The funny thing that Jez is saying about when you think, and it's quite ironic that you moved from Highbury to the Emirates and we went from Upton Park to, the London Stadium. The difference being is, you guys moved in. Okay, you were disgruntled and so forth, but you sat there and you watched the games. We, on the other hand, decided to fight each other in the stands and things like that. That's the difference, and that's our own fans fighting against each other. Because we detested being at that stadium.
West Ham fans fight each other, beer glasses being thrown, and
it was mad.
Crazy.
I mean, I was in the lower stand and I watched them up in the upper stand, and I see it from this side here as well, and I see it up at the gods, and I think I don't know,
all just going with each other.
Yeah.
TJ Dal, have you ever seen Little Britain?
Isn't that the one with one guy's kind of weird
in the wheelchair? Yeah. Oh, TJ,
I barely watch American TV. You guys got me into the In-Betweeners, and that's not as far as I got.
Or you got to watch their spin-off, Come Fly With Me. One of those two shows. I'll send you the link. They are.
Yeah, send me the link.
David Williams and Matt Lucas.
I actually filmed at my airport. That was as well, Connor.
Stansted?
It was filmed at Stansted.
I love that show. So good.
Oh my gosh!
I think that might be on Hulu.
Have you seen it? They're doing a new one for Christmas.
Who? David Williams and Matt Lucas?
No, the In-Betweeners.
Oh, they're on for Christmas, are they?
Yeah, no.
Oh, I want to watch that.
That show is so funny. I was cracking up. I was actually on the plane to LA watching the In-Betweeners for the first time. I was cracking up. Oh my god, so funny. People must have thought I was cracked up or something. I was dying laughing at that.
Good show.
It's
a very, very
anyway. All right, guys. Let's get into predictions here. What do we say? We've been running for about an hour. Let's get into predictions. Just run through it real quick. All the fixtures for this weekend, and then I also want to get you guys' predictions, obviously, for West Ham United and Man United, because this will be the last American Idiot show before that happens. So let's get predictions for both of those. Obviously, Brighton and Southampton are about to end in a draw, but we got tomorrow early games. We got Wolves hosting Bournemouth. We'll start with Jez.
Wolves, Bournemouth. Wolves, Bournemouth. I'm going to go. I don't know. I'm going to go 1-1.
Okay, 1-1. And by the way, guys, play along in the chat. Smash the like. Make sure you're subscribing to Early Doors as well. Early Doors and Arsenal History and more. If you live under a rock and you guys have not subscribed to them, what are you talking about? And then obviously, if you want to subscribe to CMO, want to learn about some graphic design, go over there too. You know what I mean? I do tune into that, man. It's fascinating. I don't know how you guys do that.
I'm lacking, man. I've been lacking on my content recently to pick up on it bad.
But all right, so Jez takes a draw. What do you got? What do you got, Tony?
So that game tomorrow then. So yeah, the first one. Brentford, I think, will nick that 2-1 against Leicester.
Against Leicester?
Am I looking at the right date? When am I now? Yeah, it's tomorrow.
No, you're
tomorrow's...
Bournemouth
Sorry.
Wolves. I was asking about Bournemouth Wolves. Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I'm only going in the order I see it here. Sorry, my bad.
No worries.
I think actually I've still got that same score. I think Wolves will win it 2-1. They're doing well at the moment.
Yep, they're looking good. What do you got, Connor?
For Wolves Bournemouth. Wolves come off a really good win against Fulham. Bournemouth haven't been great in the last couple of games, but they did beat Man City. I'm going to go for a 2-2 draw on that one. 2-2 draw.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and spoil it. I'm going 2-2 draw on that one too. What do you got, Dal?
This one has 3 o'clock kickoff draw written all over it. I can just see it.
Yeah,
think,
I'm with you.
I think 1-0 Bournemouth.
1-0 Bournemouth. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. We got Crystal Palace hosting Newcastle. Same time, same kickoff.
Oh, that's going to be an interesting game. Oh, Newcastle haven't been great on the road. Tricky. Ooh. I'm gonna go a sneaky 2-1 to Newcastle.
Jez, you took mine. Yeah, I was gonna go 2-1 Newcastle too. What do you got, Tony?
The Newcastle one and that. I'm actually going to go for Palace 1, Newcastle 1.
Palace 1, Newcastle 1. All right, Connor.
Again, it's a bit of a tricky one because Palace have been awful this season, but so have Newcastle.
Yeah.
I think up front recently, Palace have just been lacking, man. They've just, they've really not been able to secure a win either defensively. It's been shocking. I think I don't know. It is a 3 o'clock kickoff. So I keep thinking draws. I'm not going to waste you guys' time. I'll go with 2-0 Newcastle on this one.
Yeah.
Ooh, 3-0.
Ooh.
Yeah, 2-0 Newcastle.
Okay. And then
TJ, it's in the chat now. Early Doors on Hot Fuzz 44 Britain.
Oh God.
That's close. That's good. That is good. Respect on that one. Respect.
Yeah, I gotta respect that one.
Oh God, I think I'm gonna vomit before I watch this television show.
Oh no, it's so funny. It's so funny, man. It's so funny.
Relative. Whose turn is it?
My God, it's your turn, Dal.
I can have pictures.
Let's just throw you. Let's just throw you off.
Yeah.
Wow, 1-1 is finished. Yeah,
friends of Anthony Herbert's. Let's go. Was it Palace away at where again? I'm sorry, I'm all thrown off now.
No, it's Palace at home to Newcastle.
Newcastle. That's got 1-1 all over it.
Okay. Yeah, and I already said I'm going 2-1 with Jez. Nottingham Forest going up against Ed Sheeran FC. Nottingham Forest at home against Ipswich.
Oh, well, that's an interesting game. Actually.
It is an interesting one, yeah.
Ipswich has sort of hit a little bit of a purple patch, haven't they?
Yep.
So I'll tell you what I'm going there. I'll tell you where I'm going on that one. I'm going to go with a stinky 1-0 Ipswich.
Ooh.
I wouldn't be surprised, to be honest. I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, that's a good prediction. What do you got, Tony?
For that one, what did I put down there? I think Forest should bounce back in that, so I'm doing 2-1 to Forest.
2-1 Forest. Yeah, I mean Forest at home, they've been good. Again, they've been stingy on the defensive side of the ball if they're not playing Arsenal and they're not playing Newcastle. What do you got, Connor?
Yeah, I'm gonna go over 2-0 Forest. I think they'll bounce back on this one. Listen, fair play to Ipswich. They put up a fight against Man United. But I think anyone could do that at this point. Cracking goal, by the way. It's such a shame it was a deflection. I saw it, I was watching it. Thought, Amari, come on, man, give him his goal. But that was a cracking goal, man. And it's a shame they couldn't get 3 points because they were on them, man. They were fighting for those 3 points at the end, man. They were so close, but they could maybe 10 more minutes. They could have probably beaten Man United, but they're not at home. I think it kind of flips around when they're not at home compared to an away day. For that reason, I'm going to go for 2-0 Forest on this one. I think they'll bounce back.
Okay. All right, Dal.
I'm gonna copy Connor 2-0.
2-0. I'm gonna go 2-1. I'll go 2-1 Forest, but Ipswich are gonna make it a game. Ipswich will definitely make it a game. And honestly, like I want to see more sides like them stay up. I don't think they will, but I would like to see Ipswich stay up. Let's do Brentford against Leicester City. Ruud van Nistelrooy coming. I think he's coming straight into the team, isn't he? Yeah,
I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I mean he's there. I think he makes his debut tomorrow. Brentford at home, against Leicester City.
Leicester City, Brentford. I don't think there's enough time there for the new manager bounce. Personally,
yeah,
saving it for us, Jez.
yeah. I'm going to go on that one. Leicester City home Brentford. Brentford haven't been great on the road, to be fair. I'm going to go 2-0 to Leicester City.
All right, 2-0 Leicester City. All right, what do you got, Tony?
2-1 Brentford.
Oh, 2-1 Brentford.
Right.
They seem to be, if you look at their last couple of games, they've managed to pull it out of the bag, and I think they'll do it on this one as well.
Is that Leicester City though? Isn't
That's at Brentford.
No,
Jez.
it's actually Brentford. At Brentford.
Oh, right, okay. Well,
take it back, Jez. Take it back.
I've made my prediction now. That's it.
All right.
All
right.
Pass on, Jez. Respect.
I'll stick by it.
Respect, sticking by it. Okay. What do you got, Connor?
This one's going to have goals. I mean, if you know Brentford and you know when they play at home, there's goals. Whether they've conceded an amount of goals or they've scored an amount of goals. I think the last 3 games at home, it's either been like 3-1, 4-3, 5-2, whatever it was. So they score goals. For this, I'm going to go for a Brentford win. They're at home. They're always decent at home. I'm going to go for I'll go for 3-1. I think there's going to be loads of goals. Both teams can't defend for their lives, so they haven't got a left back. Brentford, they haven't got a left back or a right back at the moment, so they're playing Lewis Potter at left back, who's actually a winger, and Vandenberg is more of a centre back than a right back. So I think they will concede a goal. Actually, do you know what? No, I'll go 3-2. I think there's going to be a lot of goals in this one, but I think Brentford will nab it in the end. So I'm going to go 3-2.
All right, Dal.
3-1 Leicester. I think Van Nistelrooy just puts Jamie Vardy to use. And because that Brentford defense is not good. Yeah, they're scoring some goals, but they're conceding as well. I rate Van Nistelrooy. I think United may have made a mistake and get rid of him, to be honest. I thought he had them playing well. He had 4 wins under the belt out of 4. And I don't know. I just don't really rate Brentford this season. I just don't think they're the same team they were a couple seasons ago, but we'll see. But I got to give Leicester 3-0. 3-0.
3-0.
3-0.
Wow.
3-0. 3-1. I'm sorry. 3-1.
I'd be
3-1. I meant 3-1. I meant
I'd be
3-1.
shocked.
Brentford will score 1 at home. No. 3-1. I just think Van Nistelrooy is that good of a manager. I think
Straight away, though, Dan. Like
Yeah,
literally,
yeah.
I don't think has he even done a training session. Maybe one training session.
Well, I don't think it's. I don't. Do you guys have an answer for Van Nistelrooy? I mean, for Jamie Vardy.
I can't see. Jamie Vardy's been nowhere near. I think I can see.
3-1 Leicester City.
If Leicester won this game, I could see it being like a 3-2 to Leicester. I think it could be back or forth. But,
That's enough.
but I think Brentford they've scored 22 goals so far this season. Leicester have scored 14 or something like that. So I think. Listen, you never know.
Listen, let's be real here. I think Dow's got a little bit more of the Thanksgiving spirit still left inside of him for me. The other day. Just
another thing.
Love you, Dow. Love you. You know that.
Leicester, I think, on the day with the new manager bounce, I think with Jamie Vardy in form, they can beat anybody. Well, the lower level clubs, of course.
I'm missing a trick there as well, because if that's the case, that's fine. Let them do that tomorrow. So Tuesday we can win. Then thanks very much. I'll take that all day long.
Okay,
I'll go. Let me have some of that spirit as well. I'll go with that as well.
Build your confidence, Tone. Go for it.
I don't flip flop at all. But I will on this occasion just for that one alone.
I'm going to go with Tractor Herbert, and I'm going to go 3-1 Leicester City.
I'm going 3-1 Brentford. All right. I'm going to skip West Ham Arsenal. We'll go Chelsea at home to Aston Villa.
Oof.
Sorry?
Chelsea, Aston Villa, Jez.
Chelsea at home.
Aston Villa. Chelsea, Aston Villa.
Yeah, 12:30 on Sunday.
Ooh, interesting. I'm on that one. I'm going to go 2-1 Chelsea.
All right, 2-1 Chelsea. What do you got, Tony?
I think this is a chance of seeing some goals in this game. So I'm going to go for 3-2 to Chelsea.
3-2 Chelsea. Man, all these Chelsea wins being predicted, man. I just don't like it. I don't like it. I'm going to be honest. I don't like it. What do you got, Connor?
I'm going to go for a Villa win, man. I don't know what it is, but I think Cole Palmer's been a little bit off recently. He's not been 100%. But then again, Nicholas Jackson's been on good form. They haven't been doing too bad. Obviously way better than last season. But I don't know. Villa are always an underdog, in my opinion, especially away days. They've been even though they are sat in 8th. I mean, you look at the table this season, anyone can move anywhere. As we saw like tonight, Brighton could have gone 2nd. The table can go anywhere. So I'm not going to put the fact that they're in 8th to make out that they're awful, because they've not been. No way.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with a Villa away win. I can just sense it. Don't know why. I can kind of sense their away win, and I'm going to go for a 2-1 Villa away win on this one.
All right. What do you got, Dal?
Desmond Tutu.
I got 2-2. I have two. I have. There's a lot of twos in there, but I got an entertaining 2-2 draw is what I got for that one. Entertaining 2-2 draw. Okay. Fulham visiting Tottenham Shitspur.
Fulham.
I'm telling you, man. No. Spurs are the new Jekyll and Hyde FC, man. Like you don't know what you're gonna get.
You know what?
You have no idea what you're gonna get.
Good.
Yeah, they weren't good at all. What do you think, Jez?
Sadly, I have to say this. I'm sorry. I'm going 2-0 Tottenham.
Boo, Jez. Get off down the lane, Jez. How dare you support Tottenham, Jez? How dare you?
What do you got, Tony?
Look, they've found a bit of form, haven't they? I mean, they're scoring goals for fun.
Yeah, they have been.
So I'm going to go with 3-1 to Spurs.
Okay, Connor.
I mean, listen, Fulham have come off a shock.
Okay. All right.
Fulham have come off a shocking loss. Really, really bad loss against Wolves. But I think they're going to bounce back. They've got the talent. I've clearly got 3 Fulham players in my FPL for a reason, because I think they're going to cook. Anthony Robertson, Raul Jimenez, and Emil Smith-Rowe. So I think they're gonna. I think they're gonna do it. I think they're gonna grab a 2-1. I think they're gonna grab a 2-1 against Tottenham. I'm gonna go 2-1 for them. Like we said, Tottenham, you never know what you're gonna get, and this is gonna be. I can just picture it. I can picture Stell crying. I can already see it. I can see all the Tottenham away boys crying. 2-1 Fulham, and I want to see it. So come on, Fulham, get the job done.
Good.
Was that the Cottage or is it at shit?
It's at
Pittsburgh.
But I think they could do it. I've got a funny suspicion.
TJ, like I've made a declaration before on this show, I will never, ever pick a Spurs win. 2-1 Fulham. Emerald Smithy in the 88th. Let's get it done. Emerald Smithy. Emil. Emil, it done.
I'm gonna go Desmond 2-2 on this one as well. Spurs are scoring for fun, but I think that just on the defensive side of the ball, they're just so awful. So the Fulham will score goals. There's gonna be goals in this one. I think it's gonna be 2-2. Maybe that's hopium. I don't know. Maybe that's getting on the
Romero out. Do we know for sure if Van der Veen and Romero are out?
Van de Ven and Romero might hold bench. Like he just hasn't been playing well.
Romero,
but I wouldn't be surprised if you saw what's his name?
Dracovic or whatever, Druzovic.
Well, Romanian Reigns, and then you got Ben Davies.
Well, it does say on my football app. So Romero's possibly back early December. Van der Ven's back mid-December. So I'd say it'd still be a backline of Davis and Dragusin.
That's crazy.
So still, I mean, can't really call it a shit back line because they did hold 4 goals away at Man City. So you got to kind of respect it. But it is still not the ideal back line. And I think Raul Jimenez can get some goals, man.
I watched a lot of the Roma-Tottenham game yesterday in the Europa League.
Yeah.
Roma were all over them. They would have won if they didn't get 2 goals offsides.
I just don't understand how these guys can get 4 goals at City. And they just fucking always then they go ahead and do that, and it just makes me laugh. How can Big Ange Postecoglou get 4 goals and we can barely get 1 sometimes at Man City? It's like, bro, what is Tottenham? It is Tottenham are their bogey team.
Wait! I gotta change it up. Sorry, I gotta change it up. They got Fraser Foster in that. They're losing. It's gonna be 3. I'm going 3-1.
Vicario's out as well.
I'm going 3-1. I'm going 3-1 Fulham. 3-1 Fulham. Vicario, and here's the thing too. Vicario kept Spurs in that game early against City. I think if he doesn't make that leg or that foot save or toe save in the 10th minute against City against Erling Haaland, it would have been a completely different game. Guaranteed. Completely different game.
He's bad. He's awful.
Yes,
Roma were all over them yesterday, bro.
Roma were all over them yesterday anyway as well.
Yeah, I'm changing it up. I don't care. I'm not as cool as Jez is and sticking to my laurels. No, I'm changing it up.
Spurs did miss chances. It's true.
Yeah.
Spurs missed chances too, but for the last 20 minutes of that game, it was all Roma. I mean,
Spurs have been Chance FC all season long. It's just whether or not they can finish it.
Spurs can stat pad all they want.
I mean, it was a close game.
On the pitch, then,
All right, we talked way too long about those guys. I'm not going to lie to you. United at home against Everton. What do you got, Jez?
Man United, I'm going to go. Sorry there. I'm going to go 3-0.
What do you got? What do you got, Tony?
Well, first of all, I'll say, Richo, good to be in the chat, but please don't take offense to this one and that. But I'm going to go Man United 2-0.
Big up, Richo. Respect, Richo.
Richo.
What do you got, Connor?
Oh, easy to put 4-0 as well to United.
He's actually United as well. I'm gonna go 2-0 United. Everton is shit. They can't score for nothing. And this will be one of United's like perfect days that they sometimes have, where they just have a really good day and they will just win. I'm gonna go for a 2-0. I reckon they'll keep a clean sheet as well because Everton are just shocking. Yeah, how these guys still stay up in this league is beyond me because they really aren't good, and somehow they're still here. So
they're
shout
still
out
here.
Richo. Were they playing at Old Trafford?
Yeah, Old Trafford.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
well,
they're playing at the swimming pool down.
As much as I love to say it, fuck United, 2-1 Everton. Let's go, Richo.
God.
2-1 Everton. Surprise game of the week.
Oh my God! Yeah, I'm gonna go.
Calvert-Lewin in the 89th minute. Sorry, TJ. Calvert-Lewin, 89th
No,
minute.
it's fine. I don't think it's gonna be a 3. I think United win, but I don't think it's gonna be a 3-0. They're still trying to play Amarin ball. They're still trying to get used to his style of play. I think it'll be a 2-1 United, and I don't think it's gonna be as much of a beatdown as some of the United fans are gonna make it out to be. Everton will be up for that game, and I think that they, again, you do see some good passages of play. You see what Amarim is trying to do, but it's way too early to be like, oh yeah, no, they're going to cook them. I don't think they will. I think it's going to be a 2-1 United.
Yeah, 2-1 Everton.
2.
Yeah.
I don't like predicting United wins either. By the way, I hate United. All right, and then game of the weekend: Liverpool at home to Man City. What do you got? What do you got, Jez?
That's a tough one to predict.
That is a tough one.
That is a tough call. Crikey, I don't know. On this one's going to be, I don't know, man. I've got a feeling City are going to bounce, have a little bit of a bounce here. I don't know, man. I really don't know. I'm going to have to really sit on the fence here. I'm not actually. No. I'm going to go 2-1 Liverpool.
2-1 Liverpool. Yeah. No, that was going to be my prediction, so I'm going to throw that in there. Yeah, I'm going 2-1 Liverpool as well. I don't think Man City get it over the line against Anfield. I think they'll look better. They'll look better than they have in the last couple of games. It'll be a game, but yeah, I think Liverpool are just too strong, and United and City are still trying to figure things out. Just somebody clip Pep Guardiola's nails before the press conference.
That was weird, man. That was weird.
That was weird, bro. Like,
have you guys ever seen the Simpsons movie? Have you ever, any of you guys ever seen?
Yeah, not for years though. Not for
Do you know
years.
the scene where he's escaping the angry mob and he goes into like the quicksand thing and he's like going underneath and everyone's like scratching at his head and shit? That's what the meme is. That's what they said it is. I genuinely think he got into a scrap one, but I think he had a bit of a one-on-one with one of the players. That's what I personally think. Maybe I'm wrong.
Well, that's what they keep saying, don't they? Kind of. I mean, I think there's alluded from being Haaland at one point. Who's the other one they was talking about?
I said Jack Grealish. I saw Jack Grealish.
Yeah, there's been a few names banded around that they've all had a go with him. Maybe they all took turns. Like you said, they took turns.
One-on-one punching bag.
Oh my gosh! Yeah, no, just keep him away from. Somebody give him some nail clippers and a new PR person. All right, what do you got? What do you got, Tony, for this one?
I'm going to go with a 2-0 win to Liverpool. The slot machine carries on knocking out the results.
All right.
Good day, David.
Yeah. And big up Omar for the raid. Big up Omar. Everybody go and subscribe to Omar YT if you haven't already. Barcelona fan, really, really well articulated guy. You can see him over on Northside Chicken all the time. Really, really good guy. Really, really good guy. Thank you so much for the raid, my friend. Appreciate it. Make sure you guys smash the likes and comment as well. Connor.
I'm going for a 3-1 Liverpool. Yeah, of course you can go ahead and maybe put City on this, but just recency bias, the run that City are on, you can't not put Anfield as well. You can't not put Liverpool win. And, Anfield has sometimes been, in recent times, been known as quite a library at times, but I'll tell you right now, especially on a day like this, they will be rocking that whole 90 minutes. I think that Anfield crowd will be absolutely rocking, and they'll be on it. Listen, I know I made comments earlier about Konate being out. Will it make a massive difference? Yes, I do think it will make a difference. However, with what City have been up against recently, the team that they should have been beating, there's no way they can get a result, in my opinion, out of Liverpool if they can't beat the teams they've recently been facing. That's just my logic. And, I think Liverpool are going to absolutely do them over. And I'm going to go for a 3-1 Liverpool dominance. And I think this game may possibly... Listen, we all know this league can be crazy at times. You never know what it's going to end up like. But I think if Liverpool win this, I may have to go ahead and say they probably won the league. I know it's kind of a crazy statement, but that puts them 11 points clear of City, I believe, if they win this game. I might be wrong. That just shows... I'm sorry, I don't think they're like Arsenal, where they will throw that away. Sorry, guys, it's the truth. But, I think if they win this game, I think it could be done. I really do. But we'll see how they fare with Canate out these next couple of games. But I think they'll win this game 3-1.
Yeah. All right, Dal.
I'm gonna go 4-2. Liverpool.
Yeah.
4-2. Yeah. I think City are just they're just missing too many players. I don't know who they got back, but no Diaz, no Rodri. I mean, obviously that's affected him massively. KDB, I think he's out injured. They just don't have the personnel like we don't. They don't have the bench. They haven't invested in their bench, but like you guys were mentioning, they probably will come January, but that's not going to be soon enough, obviously, for tomorrow or Sunday.
Yeah.
4-2. I'm like with what Tony and even Jez and Connor said. It's just they just play so well, and it's such a good system, and they've just picked up exactly where Klopp has left off. And I really think City are that bad right now defensively. They're in crisis mode right now, and if Slot plays it right, he'll do everything he can to exploit that. So I got to go 4-2. I still think City pop in a couple goals. Maybe they get a pen. But yeah, I don't see him scoring more than 2. So I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. 4-2 though, Liverpool.
All right. Yeah, and I already said 2-1. All right, let's go to the game. Let's go to what we're all here for. What we have all gotten on this channel to preview, even though we kind of went off the rails. But welcome to the American Idiot Show. Jez, Arsenal, West Ham. What do you got?
Sorry, Tone. Sorry, Tone. Sorry, mate.
6-0.
Don't apologize to him.
6-0.
Sorry, mate. I'm going 3-0 Arsenal.
Oh, big win.
Oof.
Big win. We want to see it. We want to see it. All right, Tony. What do you got?
I think it's going to be a bit more closer than we think it's going to be. Hopefully, well, depends if the Tinkerman basically backs the team up from Monday's game to this one. But as long as he keeps with the same team into this game, then I'm going for a 2-1 win to the Mighty Hammers.
Get out.
I respect that. I actually respect that.
He's back in his boys. He's back in his team.
Tony, you haven't got Trevor Brooking anymore, nutting it in from the back of his head. So you can
No Dean Ashton. No,
yeah, we
Dean
got
Ashton.
donkey bollocks Antonio, and it just rolled off a net and hit him somewhere, and it'll go in, Jez.
You don't have Mascherano and Tevez anymore either. Dean Ashton to embarrass the Scousers. Those days are long gone, my friend. No David Moyes either. Oh my God, what's going to happen?
I thought you were supposed to be Arsenal fans. You know pretty much about my team, don't you?
Oh my gosh. Love it.
All right.
So,
All right, Connor, what do you got?
Jez, what's Jez's score? 3-0? 3-0? Okay.
Jez said 3-0. What do you got, Connor?
Or Connor?
Yeah, I mean, listen, it's for a new back line, they haven't conceded. I don't think that there's a lot of teams who've conceded a lot more than West Ham this season, I believe. So they haven't been awful, but I mean, if you lock off Bowen and you've pretty much really locked off the whole team, so we've got to really hope that Calafiori puts up somewhat of a battle against him. We'll see how he fares against Jared Bowen, because I'm not actually sure if Calafiori has really faced Bro, these accounts got too much time on their hands, man. What's going on here?
I'm just
why Charlie Manson? I don't get it. What did I do?
Well, you are in the basement, TJ. Remember that you are in the basement.
Pete Haywood and Elias teamed up.
You gotta love it, ain't you?
It is.
It's so good.
It's
superb.
Anthony Herbert's scoreline is a bit more, realistic. If you look at Anthony Herbert's scoreline, very realistic.
Yeah. 12-0. Yeah.
What were you saying, Connor, before you were rudely
Sorry,
interrupted?
before TJ Manson.
That picture was,
listen, I'm not going to take West Ham lightly at all. I do think, to see it, I think we may concede one, whether it's a set piece or maybe open play from Jared Bowen, but I think we're going to score goals and hopefully carry on the form that we had against Sporting and against Nottingham Forest. And I'm going to go for another high score. I'm going to go for 3-1. I think we're going to see one. I think we will score 3, and I think we will walk out. But I don't think it will. I don't think it will be as 3-1. You think is quite one-sided. I do think it'll be a bit back and forth. But I'm going to go for 3-1 with Arsenal.
I think Connor needs to disappear a bit more often, like he normally does. Hey, he's gone. Hey, we should have come.
Sorry, Tony.
No, I mean, it's all good, mate. It's all good. I mean, Jess is coming the same. I mean, look, I'm under no illusion. You boys are playing some good football. That's the key thing. I mean, obviously, Arteta and his dark arts with Gabriel. We're not too sure about him.
Yeah,
you know he's going to be there regardless. I think if Lopetegui's got his head switched on, you boys are good on your corners. You set pieces on corners that are, virtually a 9 out of 10 all the time. If he puts Souček on Gabriel, and then that nullifies that straight away. And I mean, Connor, you said about Bowen. For us, it's about nullifying Saka and Odegaard. We do that, then your creativity drops down quite a fair bit at that stage, and it becomes more of an interesting game at that point.
Yeah. Just no Mavropanos goal, please, and we'll be all right. Be happy. Because I was at the pub with all my mates. I thought it was when we played you in the league, and when Mavropanos scored. I thought, do you know what? I'm gonna have an easy night tonight. That's when we were doing really well last season. But I have an easy night tonight. West Ham at home, more easy. I like to think than away. And of course, Mavropanos has to score ruin my night. And the worst part is my West Ham mate was there with me, and I can't bear him when we play him, especially if we lose. I can't bear him.
How did you feel then when you the Rice with the penalty and giving him
the whole thing was a bit of a catastrophe, to put it all politely. I couldn't have gone any worse. So I'm doing the exact same thing. I'm going out on the pub on Saturday with my mates, and my West Ham mates going to be there. So, and he hates Declan Rice now as well. So if Declan Rice gets sent off or something, that'll be a celebration for him. So hopefully, fingers crossed.
Well, that's a good point you've just said about Declan Rice, and this is going to put it to you, boys. Do you think, knowing your manager, which he's done before, he's put players on when they're injured? Considering Rice has got this this so-called broken toe in that, do you think he'll start with him?
Yeah, he will. He played against Sporting, so I mean he didn't tear up trees or anything like that, but I think he absolutely will. He'll run these guys into the ground, and West Ham are just good enough. I mean, they're you guys haven't had a great season, but you're not terrible. You can still get a result. So yeah, again, I think that he'll start him.
I mean, he did take him off a bit earlier. I think 20 minutes, half an hour before the game ended. So I don't know. I mean, listen, like we said, like T just said perfectly, we all know Arteta's he'll play these guys into the ground pretty much, even with an injury. So and look at Ben White. Ben White was playing with an injury for 6 months, but he played because Arteta knew we had no one else to replace him with. Now obviously we've got Timber. So, and it's the case of Declan Rice. You take him out. I mean, we could put Mikel Merino in there. I don't personally rate him, but you could put him in there. But if Declan Rice can play with a broken toe for, 2 months, he'll probably play with it again. Pause. So, move on.
All right. What do you got, Dal? What do you got? Prediction. Sorry, I gotta wrap up and get back to the.
No, that's okay. I gotta say that we for Tone here. We just wrapped up the number 1 striker in the world at Sporting Lisbon on his home ground. We're going to do you boys 4-0 on yours. It's not even close. You guys aren't even scoring, bro. Listen, we just wrapped up Sporting 5-1. It could have been 5-6-0. And we wrapped up the best striker in all of Europe right now. You think Antonio's going to do anything to Starsky and Hutch? Come on, bro. You're talking about
look. If you think Arteta can do dark arts, Lopetegui could do one better. He's going to bring in the fuck rug. He's going to bring fuck rug in, and fuck rug is going to do you right.
We don't need the dark arts for West Ham. We only need the dark arts.
It's not Antonio got to worry about. You got to worry about Thomas Souček, mate. He's not playing in the 10. He's a forward role now.
And I tell you, the other player that you've got to watch out for, and he's due a goal, and that's Granny Dings.
Bro,
yeah, of course. Is he? I thought he was injured. Is he still?
No, he's not injured. That dodgy hairstyle he's got. That's all he's got.
Come on.
I mean, Danny Ings has come on. In the last couple of games, he's come on that. He looks, hungry. Which is, he's fitter than most of the players at the moment. I don't know what's going on there.
But the whole thing, though, is I just don't know how your attack is going to create when you don't even have the ball.
Well, no. The thing is, no, but you do. I do look at it.
We wonder ourselves sometimes, Dal. We do.
Yeah,
I mean,
okay. Well, that's
with this manager, and it's just the fact. I think I've got more chance of winning the Powerball, the National Lottery, and then the Irish Lottery altogether than knowing what this manager is going to do with our team.
Yeah.
I mean, he was playing Thomas Suchek in a 10, and then Paqueta in more of an 8, and I thought, what?
I
What are you doing? But then again, you got the 3 points, so you can't really.
Goikarez still had his chances, right? I mean, he had a couple great shots on Gabriel. There's no way in God's green earth is Michael Antonio going to break through Saliba.
It's more the wingers. I'm more worried about.
We're going to push you guys so far in your half, go up a goal in the first 8 minutes, and then it's going to be a waterfall from there.
I don't think it's going to be that easy.
And I'm not trying to be a jerk off or anything.
The only one thing I will wrap up on it before I go. It's just the wingers. You know, our fullbacks are going to have to be doing a lot of running, a lot of tracking. Somerville's rapid, Bowen's rapid. Paqueta on his day, whether he's going to play, if he's going to play him. If Lopetegui's going to do what he's done before, and he has Somerville on the bench, Paqueta on the right, on the left, you know, there's going to be a lot of running involved. So hopefully our fullbacks are at it, and I'm going to be interested to see how Calafiori does. Calafiori has to turn up tomorrow. He has to. I'm not saying he hasn't been shit. Like I think he's been all right so far. Not fantastic, but I think he's been all right.
That's for Dow, actually. That comment's for Dow, apparently.
Anyway, I'll shut up now. I'll shut up because DJ needs.
Problems. I just think I think we're on it. I think that the boost we got from the Sporting game is going to come transfer through this weekend. And I think
this is the interesting thing, Dow. I agree on that comment, and then it's just like us, you know, getting that confidence boost up. Because I say, I mean, I'm still baffled at how from 11 games we've been absolutely dog crap,
right?
And then Monday it was, you know, the old saying is chalk and cheese. What happened? I don't know what happened on that Monday night, but we was, you know, it was a different beast altogether from the last previous 11 games.
We were too, right? We started off
exactly, and that's what makes it. That's what makes tomorrow's game very interesting because we both bounced off of good results, both teams. Right. So it's how they perform on that point, you know, tomorrow.
Right, and I know 4-0's a stretch, but I think we have, you know, with Ben White and Tommy Asu the only ones out injured. I just think we have far superior in firepower. That's all.
Yeah. I've never heard of. I don't know who Ben White is. I've never heard of him. As far as I'm concerned, Timber is our only right back. The guy's been absolutely cooking. I cannot wait to watch him tomorrow. That's going to be incredible. I'm going 3-1 Arsenal. It will be more of a match than we think it's going to be. But I'm going 3-1 to the Arsenal. And then we'll have to wait for our Man United preview to get the scores in for that one because I gotta go anyway. But Jez, shut yourself out, man. Let us know what you got, guys. What you got coming up on your channel, Arsenal and history and more. Let us know, man. How you doing? Let us know where you're gonna be at.
To be quite honest, absolutely nothing. I'm going on holiday on Sunday with my wife, my 2 daughters and my 2 grandchildren.
Nice.
We're going to our place in France, so I'm going to be out of the loop. And then I'll be quite true for you boys. After yesterday, last night, whatever, I'm having a major rethink about what I'm going to do with the channel.
Excuse me.
And everything. It may be that I've got to the point I'm going to bin it. I don't know yet. I don't know. But I was very pissed off last night with what
happened.
What happened? Yeah, you don't have to talk about it here. You don't have to talk about it here if you don't want to.
I'm happy to talk about it. I was very pissed off that people wanted me to talk about all my match day programs, this, that, and the other, and it takes a lot of time, a lot of effort, getting them out, dragging them out, putting them all together, this, that, and the other, and this the one last night, all my away day ones and the stories and everything, and then no fucker watched it, and I thought, well, fuck you lot.
Yeah,
to be honest,
that's too bad.
And I'm fed up with it. So, taking advice from other people, I'm just gonna maybe just spin it and just guest on other people's shows like your guys and Tony's, because I'm very disgruntled right now. And
I thought some of those shows had 30 or 40 people viewing at one time, Jez.
Sorry?
That's a couple of those shows had 30 or 40 people viewing at one time from when I was watching the one the other day.
Not last night, mate. It was a waste of time.
Last night. Okay. Well,
Thing
okay.
is, mate. Thing is, when you're doing those sort of shows, and I'm going up the loft, getting all the programs out, going through them.
Right.
I got all the info right. I'm wasting my time. Wasting my time. I've got very disgruntled with it, and I'm like, fuck it. I don't need the shit, man. You know, I've got other things in my life right now, and so yeah, I see it. It might be that I just say, yeah, I'll be back in a couple of weeks, or it might be now. Fuck it. See you later.
Okay, well, keep us posted, and again, thank you again so much for coming on our channel as usual. Like it's always a pleasure to have you here. Early Doors. Sorry, jeez, I'm out of here. Early Doors Football TV. Tony, thank you again so much for and of course everybody on Tony's channel for tuning in. What do you got coming up, Tony?
In about an hour and 15 minutes, I'm going to be on the stoop with the American boys from New York.
There we go.
Going on there. And then Sunday, obviously the Sunday night takeaway. Dal, depending on the result, you're most welcome to come on.
If we lose, I don't know. I might have to really think over
that.
You send me an invite, mate. I'll be there as best as I can.
Super.
Yeah, for sure.
And then Wednesday, obviously, Anthony, myself, and Fuzzy, we're going to be doing the good, the bad, and the ugly. And then on Thursdays, the new show I've started doing is the West Ham Review. So it's going on from there. But again, pleasure, TJ. Thanks for the invite. It's been a great one on that. And Jez, you know, if you're in France, you're still welcome to come into the Sunday night takeaway and that. It'd be good to see you sampling wines in France for us as well. On that point, do a wine review. Be lovely, you know. But you know, I know all what you do, mate, is hard work, and people have, you know, how things are and that. But you know what I mean.
Up the place we go, our house in France, there's absolutely no internet. There's no Wi-Fi.
Sounds awesome.
It's great. Nobody can get hold of you. You've got to go a mile up the road to get an internet signal. And so that my grandkids, my grandson, ain't going to be sitting there all day on his bloody
phone video game thing.
He's going to have to come with me and climb trees and go fishing. So there
you go. Okay, again, guys, subscribe. Early Doors TV. Connor, what do you got coming up? You got anything?
Oh, it's work. The YouTube scene's gone now. I'm done with the YouTube scene. So just work. Got to promote my stuff out more. Like we've all said, New Year, got to work on my stuff. I think this year I was really working on my gym, work on stuff. So I'm doing really well with that. Next year I've really got to build this business more, man. So that's my aim at the moment. But if you do want to find any of my work, my at's down there. So all my social medias, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, it's all that. So do go check it out. CMO.editing. If you need any editing work, graphic design, feel free to hook me up and let me know. Big up to everyone. Big up to Tony and Jez, and of course, big up to Dal and TJ.
Thanks very much, Connor.
100%. Thanks. And everything you see on here is Connor's work. He's going to be doing some work on Jez's potentially. He has some pretty well-known clientele. Just go over to his Twitter and you can see it. Dal, great show, my friend. Anything else you want to say?
No, thanks for everyone's happy Thanksgiving greetings yesterday and so forth. Yeah, it was a great holiday. It's a good time to spend time with friends and family. But no, great show today. Thanks again, Tone, Early Doors jumping on, and of course, Jez and Connor. Connor, great to see your appearance again after weeks off. I think I know
you're ghost now, whenever I feel like.
Yeah, exactly. And Jez, I think any decision you make that best suits you and what's fun for you and what makes you happy, that's the decision you got to go with, regardless of what anybody else says. You got to do you, bro. And if you want to talk about that, we can come up with ideas and concepts. If you want to do something new, I'll lend an ear. But other than that, thank you everyone in the chat for joining us today. And TJ, glad you have a wonderful holiday and hope your family's all well and taken care of as well.
Yeah, they're fantastic. I'm very, very lucky to be where I am with the family that I have. And again, everybody, we got a lot of people from across the pond wishing us a happy Thanksgiving. So thank you very much for that. TJ Warren TV, guys, you can catch me over on Staffy TV on, when is that? Monday? Good Lord, what day is it again? What day is it again? And then
What day is it?
we're gonna have. Yeah, we're gonna have. When these days off on Thursdays, they're really.
Do you know how I remember? Because I get Staffy's message every time. Oh, can you get me American? Can you get me?
Give me a thumbnail. Give me a thumbnail.
And then he gets arsy when I don't use the pictures that he sends me because I'm like, Staffy, they're shit quality, mate. Come on, let's do that.
All right, yeah, and then we'll have a West Ham preview, or not a West Ham preview, Man United preview. See, I've been talking too long. Man United preview. Flawless will be on the channel. Possibly that fraud Staffy. We'll see.
Are you sure this is really your parents' house, TJ, or are you just kind of someone's kind of like putting them in bags over you, and you ended up at a basement, and you have no idea where you are?
No, I'm blinking twice. I'm letting you know how it's going. What were you gonna say, Connor?
What's on Wednesday?
What's on Wednesday? Oh yeah, we're doing. Me and Connor are doing a watch along.
There we go.
We're gonna do a watch along for Man United. Dal, you're more than welcome to hop on as well. I took the afternoon off for it. Might as well.
I also will be gone from 7th to the 13th because I'll be in Maui.
Hey, nice.
Now let's not take the piss here.
Okay.
I won't miss the American Age show, but I will tune in on Wednesday. Shoot me an invite or I'll watch or whatever.
All right.
Whatever works.
Perfect.
So
Perfect.
yeah, Maui baby, let's get it next week.
All right, guys, and with that, we will see you next time. Come on, you Gunners.